Hah? Nah, itu yang dan terlalu aja. I already. Can I have the two people's attention here? Because they are all Kana je kan ko mur kana mur yalla ya ibe nyim nonsense bol kala dem yang was not making sense Chavo. One lady who passed away, please. We need 1 minute silence from everybody. Jenny.
May Jannatul Firdaus be his final abode. Of course, that was a minute of silence in observance of one of the former referee who passed on. And hello, good afternoon, wherever you might be getting our voices and signals. You're most welcome to the Box Bar Mini Stadium and welcome back to the theater. It is the Group A clash between Kuta Jombul and Amasa. And of course, match day 3 for both sides. Kuta Jombul dressed in their colorful yellow swords and blue socks under the guidance of head coach Seni Bojang and Ibrahima Jahate, whilst Ibrahima Sonko and Bakar Njai on the technical area for Amasa Football Club. And Amasa currently leading the line, or leading the group in Group A with 4 points, followed by Newtown on 4, Wellingara United on 3, Kuta on 4th with 3 points, and senior players on the foot of the table with 0 points. And of course, into the very first moments of this crucial and lively contest from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama, and is of course live on LSTV1 Palamin Party. And behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. Few minutes into the contest, it's already 0-0. Both players currently down, injured, one for Kuta and the other for Amasa. And of course, we are expecting a mouth-watering showdown between the two. And the central referee of this crucial and lively game is Yankuba Baje. And Yankuba will be assisted by Musa Seidi, Nyomi Gasama, Aliu Kamara, the fourth assistant referee, and Keba Fati is the match commissioner of this crucial and lively game. And it's a clash between Kuta and Amasa. Kuta Jombul currently on 4th in Group A, whilst Amasa leading the line. But they are currently separated with just a point. Amasa on 4, Kuta on 3. Kuta Jombul in their first game got the better of Wellingara by 2-1 before losing narrowly 1-0 to Newtown Football Club. And this is the third outing as far as this year's Brikama Summer Nawettan is concerned. And Amasa started their campaign with a 1-1 scoreline against Newtown before getting the better of senior players by 2-0 in the replay final. And in the initial game, it ended 1-1 before Amasa getting the better of senior players in the replay game by 2-0. And into the very first moment of this crucial and lively game, it has been a bright start coming from both sides. Kuta Jombul, under the guidance of Seni Bojang and Ibrahima Jahate, has started the contest with experienced Ibrahima Fadera in goal, Mohamed Baji, Modlamin Si, Bamaidu Bojang team captain Osman Dabo, Babanding Dafe, Suleiman Koli, Serif Kinte, Modlamin Sise, Abdul Sane, and Momo S. Bar, completing the 11. Amasa Football Club, starting with Buba Saho in goal. And Buba is the custodian for the boys dressed in blue and white shirts, blue shorts and white socks. And Amasa Football Club, not a decent one. And Kuta trying to unlock the defense, and this time couldn't trouble the custodian. And of course, that's a brilliant start. Great start coming from Kuta Jombul and Amasa Football Club from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. And of course, it is lively from the Box Bar Mini Stadium, and of course live on LSTV1. And at the cabin this afternoon is Parliament Party. Solely we will engage Ibrahima KB Sonko, the media officer for Brikama Sports Committee, who has already joined us at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. And of course, it's a fascinating beginning between the two. And both sides hoping to secure victory. And a victory for Kuta will definitely give them an incredible position in the standing, and equally Amasa. Amasa currently leading the chart with 4 points. Kuta on 4th with 3. Amasa on 4th with 4 points, followed by Newtown on 4, Wellingara on 3rd with 3 points. And of course, Kuta Jombul 4th with 3 points. On the foot of the table is senior players on 0 points. Around the area is going to be some defensive options for Kuta Jombul, who are currently having Seni Bojang on the technical area as the trusted gaffer. And Seni is ably and reliably assisted by Ibrahima Jahate as his immediate assistant. This is a throw in on the far side for Amasa Football Club. And Amasa will need a victory to still cement their position on top of the table. It's a long one coming from Amasa, dressed in white and blue, and to get some defensive options with the clubs of the netminder Ibrahima Fadera. And Ibrahima is indeed, that was of course a blocking there by the team captain Abdul Karim Bojang. And Bojang Abdul Karim is of course one of, if not the most experienced player for the Amasa side. And of course, great beginning for both sides. Central referee just on spot, and the central referee is Yankuba Baje, and Yankuba having the assistance of Musa Sedi, Nyomi Kasama, Aliu Kamara, the fourth assistant referee, Kiba Party, the match commissioner. Few minutes into the contest, 0-0 is the current score from the Boxbar Mini Stadium in Group A class between Kuta Jombul and Amasa Football Club. Kuta and Amasa hoping to secure victory, and equally the other teams in their group will also hope to get something on their respective matches. Clubs coming from the supporters of both Kuta and Amasa Football Club hoping to secure maximum points. A victory for Kuta will get them to 6 points. Equally, a victory for Amasa will propel the team to 7 points in Group A. And currently Group A is of course very much interesting, as Amasa currently leading the chart on 4, Newtown on 2nd. And it's just goal difference between Amasa and Newtown, +2 and +1. Wellingara on 3rd with 3 points. Kuta, of course, on 4th with 3 points. Senior players, they must struggle inside around the area. Kuta Jombul lost that, and the players would have done better. On the far side, an opportunity, and finally it's a throw in for Kuta Jombul, who are dressed in yellow shorts and blue socks. And Kuta under the guidance of Seni Bojang, the Brikama United forward. And on the far side it's going to be an attack for Amasa Football Club, trying to unlock the defense of Kuta, and already the flag of the assistant referee is already up against Amasa Football Club. And that was of course a great beginning from Amasa Football Club. Still Amasa nil, Kuta Jombul nil from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. In case you're just joining us, it is all coming to you live from the Boxbar Mini Stadium, and of course live on LSTV1 Parliament Fati. I am closely joined by Ibrahim KB Sonko, and behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. 0-0 is the current score, and it's going to be an advantage for Kuta Jombul. Of course, busy technical area for Gafa Seni Bojang, and of course we have seen Bakar Njai, the assistant head coach for Amasa Football Club, also very much busy on the technical area. Bakar Njai, former player for Amasa Football Club. Seni Bojang still a player for Brikama United, and it's going to be an advantage for Kuta. The central defender will surely deliver the Suleiman Koli, long and high one, strongly headed out by Adam Amane. Abdul Karim Bojang, and Abdul Karim Bojang, the team captain, and Ibrahima, the custodian for Kuta, and he has been one of the experienced players for Kuta Jombul Football Club, and he is of course the trusted custodian. Kuta on the attack, trying to unlock the defense, and this time it's going to be some defensive work for Amasa Football Club. But before that, the flag of the assistant referee is already up. It's of course going to be a nail-biting contest, and we have seen glimpses of that in the very first moments of this crucial and lively game. A victory for either sides will solely secure top spot temporarily. A victory for Amasa will solely maintain top spot for them. A victory for Kuta will of course have a temporal lead on top of the table, and they have to wait for the result between Newtown and senior players in the 5 p.m. showdown. That's going to be an offside, as waved by the central as waved by the assistant referee, and the central referee Yankuba Baji has already given the advantage to Amasa, dressed in their colorful white and blue shorts and white socks, under the guidance of Ibrahima Sonko and Bakar Njai, his immediate assistant. Not a decent delivery around the center circle. It's going to be an opportunity for Kuta to break. Kuta Jombul of course got the better of Wellingara 2-1 in their first game before losing narrowly to Newtown in their second game, and already out in their third game against Amasa, hoping to secure maximum points. And we have already played few minutes into the contest. 0-0 is the current score, just as I said earlier. Ibrahim Akibi Sonko is already with us at the cabin, and we will surely engage him as per the game proceeds at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. KB approaching the 10th minute here if our clock is something to go by, and already we have seen a fantastic beginning coming from Amasa Football Club and Kuta Jombul. Both sides really need this class, as a victory for either will definitely give them a respectable position as far as they are standing in Group A is concerned.
Well, thank you very much, Pafati, and welcome viewers to the theater of entertainment here at the Brikama Boxbar Mini Stadium. And this is the Group A class between two neighborly dispute, I will call it, between Kuta Jombul FC and Amasa FC. This is tantalizing, boys. We played 10 minutes, and then you can see from the start both teams are eager. They are running the channel. They are eager to get a point because in order for one of these two teams to qualify from this one has to win. And looking at the trajectory in the table, yes, Amasa, they are leading the table, but already they played senior players. That is one of the easiest games any of these members of Group A will play. And if you collect, if your 4 point, one of the points are from senior players, and then Kuta Jombul is yet to play, against the senior players, this will be a very, 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 very dangerous game. So they don't need to lose, and you can see Kuta Jombul already lost against Newtown, so they can afford also to lose this game, and that will make it very difficult. And these two teams before today they met twice, and Amasa being the senior side, have claimed victory in 2 occasions. And then you can see Kuta Jombul, as they call themselves the pride of Sareba, always want to rule Sareba, and this is a perfect opportunity for them to showcase how far they have gone. Remember, year before last they were the runners-up in the league, in the knockout rather. Last year they were the runners-up in the league. So it will be a daunting task, but a very, very difficult game for both sides.
A daunting task and also a very difficult game for both Amasa Football Club and Kute. Words of a colleague and brother, Ibrahim Akebi Sonko. Strike comes in from one of the central defenders for Kuta Jombul, but this time never trouble the custodian. And the goalkeeper is Buba Saho for Amasa Football Club. And the last 2 fixtures played between Kute and Amasa ended in favor of Amasa Football Club. And Kute, just as Ibrahim Akebi Sonko highlighted, Kute will always give themselves the title, the pride of Sateba. Around the area, it's going to be an opportunity. Kute on the attack. Not for too long. Amasa will now break using the left side of the attack. Asper, one of the offensive players for Amasa Football Club, trying to use his space against his marker. Dribble pass one, still looking for more. Will he be able to? And already the central referee has pointed for a goal kick instead of awarding an opportunity for Amasa Football Club, and claps coming from the supporters of Amasa. And of course on the other end is also claps coming from the supporters of Kuta Jombul. It is still 0-0 from the Box Bar Mini Stadium, live on LSTV1 Parliament 40. Ibrahim Akebi Sonko, and behind camera operations for LSTV1 is Osman Kamara. And any time Kuta surges forward will be accompanied with cheers and shouts, and equally Amasa Football Club. This is of course going to be a nail-biting contest, and we have already seen glimpses of that from the word go. From the Box Bar Mini Stadium, the central referee is Yankuba Baji. Musa Sidi is one of the assistants, Nyomi Gasama, Aliu Kamara the 4th assistant referee, and Keba Fati the match commissioner. From the Box Bar Mini Stadium, and if you may like, call it the Theatre of Entertainment, situated in the heart of Brikama, West Coast region, the Gambia. This is the 2025-26 Brikama Summer Nawettan and Gwyn, and the Group A class between Kute and Amasa. In Group A, we have Kuta Jombul, Wellingara United, Newtown, senior players, and Amasa Football Club. And currently, Amasa leading the chart with 4 points, followed by Newtown on 4, Wellingara third on 3 points, Kute on 4th with 3, senior players on the foot of the table with 0 points. Group B, this is where we had top 10, Kabaswita United, Manokang, Sabu United, and of course Superstar. And Superstar, Group C, Daru United, currently leading the chart after 3 matches. Makasuto on 2nd, Sanchaba Youths, Dreamers Football Club, and Power Station currently on the foot of the table. Group D, we have Bairo leading the table with 5 points, followed by Elephant 3 with 5. Manduwar United after 2 matches with 2 points. Santosu with 0 points. After a match, New Generation also with 0 points rather. In Group E, we have Dasilame United on 7 points, followed by Fortune on 5. Blackstar KM on a point. Sky Power Nero Legacy on a point, and GSR on a point as well. Group F, Jida Kabilo after 2 matches on 6 points. Played 2, won all. Currently leading the table in Group F. Puntalana in second, is second rather with 4 points. Dangam rather. We have to get that again. Puntalana on 4, Dangam on 2, Scoville on a point, and Nema United on a point after 2 matches. Group G, we have currently leading the table with 6 points, followed by Young Boy Stars with 6. Misira United on 3, Diamond Boys on a point, and Vince and BMA on a point. Group H, Jaliba United, after 3 matches with 6 points, got beaten yesterday, and currently on top of the table with 6 points. B Kids after 3 matches on 4, Jambar Sane after 2 matches on 3 points, Citizens on a point, and Sinchujola Kunda on 0 points. It's going to be an opportunity, and the central referee has already given the advantage to Kuta Jombul Football Club, and Kuta will now rely on this set piece, and you can hear the cheers and shouts coming from every angle of the box by Mini Stadium. Ibrahim KB Sonko, I think this game is going to be one of the keenly contested affair, because anytime Amasa surges forward, is mostly accompanied by cheers and claps, and of course Kuta Jombul as well. And from the word go, we have seen glimpses of this game producing a mouth-watering contest at the theatre.
Yeah, the reason why Group A was, named as the group up there was, this class. When Amasa is drawn with Kuta Jombul, and then before, Gida Youth were also in this group before they decided to give their spot to Newtown. But again, already the first 15 minutes of the show have shown us what exactly are we anticipating. And you can see, tempers are flying both on and off the pitch, yet to register a goal. And you can even see from the Kuta Jombul side, in their last 2 games, there was no Ibrahima, the Fadera, the goalkeeper, and Sane too was not there. But because this is a must-win game for them, not only for the table standings also, but again for the pride, because they brag themselves as the pride of Sadeba. So if you are the pride of Sadeba, you have to win every Sadeba derby, and here is another one.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim KB Sonko, and the supporters of Kuta have just arrived at the box bar, and of course on the other end is the supporters of Amasa Football Club. Nail biting for serve between Amasa and Kuta. It's going to be Amasa now on the attack. It's an opportunity for Amasa, spreading it wide. Modlamin Sise or Modlamin Jajo. Modlamin spreading it wide, and this time not a very good combination. And that's of course a furious technical area for Amasa Football Club. Both sides hoping to win it. And Adam Amane, the former Brikama United right back, and now with Gambia Armed Forces. Supporters of Amasa or Kuta Jombulu have already arrived at the theatre, and on the other end of the theatre we have the supporters of Amasa cheering their boys to glory. An opportunity for Kuta in their opposition's half. Not for too long. Amasa regain possession, trying to unlock the defense. Is going to be a chase and a battle between the right back, and that was decently done by Kuta Jombulu Football Club and the team under the guidance of head coach Seni Bojang, and that is timely, and of course timely interception, and the flag of the assistant referee is already up, and the central referee has already given the opportunity to Amasa Football Club, and Amasa will now have the opportunity to get this deep in their own half. Busy technical area for Gapa Seni Bojang, and of course Ibrahim Sonko. What a showdown in the 3 p.m. game. What a showdown at the Box Bar Mini Stadium between Kuta and Amasa. Both sides hoping to win it, and currently separated on a point. Currently Amasa on 4 leading the table, Kuta on 4th with 3. Just a point separating Kuta and Amasa. Last season, Kuta Jombul were in the same group alongside Justice Football Club, Jida Youth, Sabu United, and of course it was Kuta Jombul and Jida Youth that advanced to the round of 16. And in the round of 16, Kuta Jombul got the better of Nema by a goal to nil before advancing to the quarterfinals. And in the quarterfinals, it was of course an impressive 4-1 victory over Dangam before getting the better of Fortune Football Club by a goal to nil in the semi-final. And in the final, it was 1-1 against Kabafita before Brikama Sports Committee getting the game to a replay, and in the replay it ended 0-0 before Kabafita United winning the trophy on post-match shootout. This time around is an opportunity, Amasa, not a decent one, and Kuta Jombulu tries to clear their line. Kuta under the guidance of Seni Bojang. Busy technical area for Gafa Seni Bojang and his entire technical area, and of course a noisy background from the Box Bar Mini Stadium The supporters of Kuta are currently on top of their voices behind their team, and equally Amasa on the other end. The game is also live on LSTV1. Parliament Fati, Ibrahim Akebi Sonko, and of course at the behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. In case you're just joining us, Kuta Jombul has started this contest with Ibrahim Fadera in goal. And in the opposite goal post is Buba Saho for Amasa Football Club. Ibrahim Fadera in goal for Kuta Jombul Football Club. Mohamed Baji, Modlamin Si, Bamaidu Bojang team captain Osman Dabo, Babanding Dafe, Suleiman Kole, Serif Kinte, Modlamin Sise, Abdul Sane and Momodu Esba completing the list of players for Seni Bojang's Kuta Jombulu side, whilst Amasa Football Club started the contest with Buba Saho, and Buba, the trusted custodian. Buba Saho, the trusted custodian for Amasa Football Club, Ismaila Kujabi, Samsidin Bojang, Adam Amane, John Jame, Mamina Seidi, Modu Sanyang, Modlamin Jajo, Asper Entamba, Omar Baji, and of course Abdul Karim Bojang, the team captain for Amasa Football Club, and the score is still unchanged, 0-0 from the box bar. Who is definitely going to find the back of the net remains to be seen. Ball been taken forward, strongly headed out partly. Another header, palmed away partly. Another saved over the crossbar. And that was definitely very close for Amasa Football Club to find the back of the net. But unfortunately, the custodian Ibrahim Fadera was just equal to that touch. And Ibrahim KB Sonko, I think this is definitely a worthy cause for Kuta Jombul, bringing in Ibrahim Fadera. Of course, Ibrahim being one of the experienced shot stoppers, and Kuta Jombul will definitely rely on his brilliance to at least have something as far as the game is concerned.
Yeah, you can see the reason why he's back in the team and then the captain. Last year he was not in because of the cup tie. He played more games in the 4th division, but you know, this season, since that he didn't have a good season, you know, for in the 4th division, but notwithstanding, he's back. He was in the technical bench, but now back playing. You can see that save. If it was any other goalkeeper, that could have been in. But again, with a giant figure, a strong figure like him, with his capability, you expect him to do better, and he did better in that occasion. You know, for me, I think what a save. It would have been 1-0 for Amasa.
It would have been 1-0 Amasa up, but unfortunately, Ibrahim Fadera equal to the task. Noisy background from the box bar mini stadium in Brikama, and the question might be, are we hearing or getting ourselves? Because the commentary cabin is very much close to the supporters of Kuta Jombul Football Club, and of course it's a noisy background from the box bar mini stadium, and the game live on LSTV1 Parliament Fati. And this afternoon, Ibrahim Akebi Sonko, behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. Asper Tamba lost possession to Kuta Jombul now. Suleiman Koli, one of the trusted central defenders for Kuta. Kuta Jombul around the center circle. An opportunity now. Can they find the back of the net from this instance? And Amasa will try to guard that ball of the area. And already the flag of the assistant referee is already up for a goal kick to Amasa Football Club, dressed in their colorful white and blue shorts and white socks, under the guidance of Ibrahim Sonko and Bakarin Jai, are the trusted gaffers. Not a decent collection from the left back for Amasa, and the left back on number 12 is of course John Jame, and John Jame is of course the trusted wing back, and of course a throw in quickly taken, and the throw in quickly taken, and later on we'll be joined by Kemo Kanye around the area, and it's a strong one from Amasa Football Club. In case you're just joining us, this is all coming to you live, and it is of course live on LSTV1 from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in the 2025-26 Brikama Soma Nawettan. It is of course one of the biggest showdowns between Kuta Jombul and Amasa. Kuta Jombul and Amasa are of course both sides from Sateba in Brikama around the area. Player Rasul, central referee not the least interested, and Bamaidu Bojang spreading it wide. An advantage for Kuta Jombul, and Kuta after 2 matches played 2, won one, lost one, and playing their third game against Amasa Football Club. Amasa in their first 2 matches played 1-1 against Newtown before getting the better of senior players. There's already a player currently down injured. It is the Brikama Summer Nawettan 2025-26 between Kuta Jombul and Amasa Football Club in Group A. In Group A we have Kuta Wellingara, Newtown, senior players and Amasa Football Club. And currently Amasa leading the table with 4 points, Newtown on 4 points, Wellingara on 3 points, Kuta on 3 and senior players on 0 points. On the far side it is Kuta now. Can they find the back of the net from this instance? Not for too long. That's a handball. That is handball as signaled by the central referee. Is that going to be cooling break? And it's going to be cooling break. And cooling break as signaled by the central referee Yankuba Baji. And both players will use the moment to cool down the temperatures at the box bar, as it is already a sunny afternoon from the box bar mini stadium. And of course it's cooling break as signaled by the central referee. Not only a cooling break, the opportunity will also be given to the gaffers to have a word with their players, before getting back for the resumption of this crucial and lively game from the box bar mini stadium. Noisy box bar mini stadium in Brikama. Central referee Yankuba Baji, Musa Sedi, Nyomi Kasama, Aliu Kamara, the fourth assistant referee, and Keba Fati is of course serving as the match commissioner. Any moment from now we're going to see the resumption. Ibrahima, it is already cooling break, but also an opportunity for gaffers to have words with their players, as currently both sides are trying to be as cautious as possible. Defensively, they wouldn't want to concede if they don't get a goal, and defensively, if they don't concede, they wouldn't want to, or if they don't score, they wouldn't want to concede. And probably both sides will definitely want to get back into the dressing room, at least with a point, if they can have a goal in the first period here.
This is a game both teams need, and at worst, none of these teams will want to, go home empty-handed. Because if you go home empty-handed, you are making your qualification process to be very, very, very difficult. Especially imagine if Amasa lose this game. But they need this game, because their last game they are going to play against Wellingara. They are one of the strongest teams in this group. And then Kuta Jombul will face senior players. On their day, they should beat senior players without any problem. But again, in football you never say never. So 28 minutes, the tempo of the game is so high. So far so good. It is Amasa that threatened once or twice. But Ibrahim Fadera being back in goal, he was also very good in the opening 28 minutes. Like I said before, this game is going to define this group.
The game will definitely define the group. From colleague and brother Ibrahim Akebi Sonko, Adam Amane deployed on the right side of the defense for Amasa Football Club, the former Brikama United right back, and currently with the Gambia Armed Forces, Adam Mane. And in case you're just joining us, this is all coming to you live from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in the Brikama Summer Nawettan 2025-26 in the Group A class between Kuta and Amasa. And Kuta and Amasa are currently playing a nail-biting nil-nil scoreline. So far so good. It's going to be an opportunity for Kuta now. Trying to get the ball, dribble pass one, looking for option, float that ball. This time it's a low one, and ball been partly saved, and this time inches over the crossbar. Inches over the crossbar, and it has been a great beginning and start for Kuta Jombul Football Club and Amasa. Both sides hoping to win it. Separated with a goal, with a point rather. Amasa with a better standing, currently leading the table on 4 points, and Newtown second with 4. Third is Wellingara on 3, and Kuta on 4th with 3 points. And Kuta with a victory will get the team to 6 points, whilst Amasa with a victory will propel the side to 7 points, and Ibrahim Fadera just there in time to clear that board, partly cleared. And of course it is Kute up against Amasa Football Club in a nail-biting Group A class at the Boxbar Mini Stadium and live on LSTV. Lamin Fati, Ibrahim Akebi Sonko, and of course Kemo Kanyi will join us later on. Behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. We have to give commendation to the supporters of Kute and also the supporters of Amasa Football Club from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And from the backgrounds, you could hear the flute and that magnificent display coming from the supporters of Kuta Jombul, the home side. And Kute are currently the home side, whilst Amasa are the away side at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. 0-0 is the current score. Group A, we have Kuta Jombul, Wellingara United, Amasa or Newtown senior players and Amasa Football Club. And currently it is Amasa leading the tables, Newtown on second, New Wellingara United, Kuta Jombul and senior players. Group B, top 10, Kabafita United, Manokang, Sabu United and Superstars. Group C, Daru United on 4, Makasudu on 4, Sanchaba Youths on 2 points, Dreamers on 2, Power Station on 2 points. In Group D, Bairo leading the table on 5 points, Elephant 3 second on 5 points, Manduari United on 2 points, Santosu on 0 points, New Generation on 0 points. Nail-biting contest. What a showdown from the Boxbar Mini Stadium in the Sateba derby between Kuta Jombulu and Amasa Football Club. The score is still unchanged, 0-0 from the Boxbar Mini Stadium, and now approaching the final 10 minutes of this showdown. Are we going to have a goal in the first half, or it's going to be 0-0 at half-time? Remains to be seen, but we believe the side to score here will definitely change the tempo and the dynamics of this game between Kuta Jombulu and Amasa Football Club. But currently it's a corner for the boys in yellow. Amasa Football Club dressed in their colorful white and blue shorts and white socks, whilst Kute in their colorful yellow shorts and blue socks. And the central referee is Yankuba Pache. Musa Sedi is one of the assistants, Nyomi Gasama, Aliu Kamara the fourth assistant referee, Keba this time around the area, and the central referee has already given the advantage. An advantage to Amasa Football Club. Amasa nil, Kuta Jombulu nil from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And of course approaching half-time here. The score is still unchanged. 0-0 is the score from the Boxbar Mini Stadium and live on LSTV1. Of course we have seen magnificent and brilliant start coming from both sides. Kuta Jombulu nil, Amasa Football Club nil is the current score. Ibrahim Akebi Sonko, I think the tempo of the game will definitely raise up if we are able to see a goal here, and we believe the fourth side to score here will totally change the dynamics and of course the tempo in this contest between these two Sateba sides in Amasa and Kuta Jombulu Football Club.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe what you will see if there is a goal in this contest, because like I said, even if not for anything, you know, the bracket rights are very high, the stake is very high too, so no team will want to lose. So at any point, let's say we have a goal here, the tempo will definitely be up, and then, you know, we'll see more drama, you know, both on and off the pitch, because I know how wildly that will be celebrated. It will be just be second to none. So it has been a very good game. We are yet to witness a goal, but a goal will change the dynamic of the group, the dynamic of the game, and the tempo will surely rise.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim Akebi Sonko, live on LSTV1 into the gloves of the netminder and the team captain Ibrahim Fadera. Fadera, the trusted goalkeeper and one of the most, if not the most experienced player for this Kuta Jombulu side. On the far side is Kute on the attack. Greatly dealt with by the central defense of Amasa Football Club. Lively from the Boxbar Mini Stadium, and it is match day 3 for Kute and match day 3 for Amasa Football Club. Kuta Jombulu in their first game got the better of Wellingara 2-1 before narrowly losing to Newtown in their second game, and of course in the third game currently underway at the Boxbar Mini Stadium, It is 0-0 against Amasa around the area. It's a strong one, partly headed out. Another opportunity and Kuta Jombul. Modlamin Sise for Amasa now. Modlamin on the attack. Number 9 on his back. Scored one of the goals in the 2-0 victory over senior players. In the 1-1 draw against Newtown, it was Abdul Karim Bojang who scored the goal. And of course in the 2-0 victory over senior players, in the first game against the senior players, Abdul Karim Bojang got the equalizer before the game, heading for a replay. And in the replay, Amasa Football Club got the better of senior players. And of course, Modlamin Jaju scored the first goal before, as Per Entamba getting the second goal. And currently there is a player down. And the player currently down injured is Modu Sanyang for Amasa Football Club. And Modu is currently receiving attention from the medics. And any moment from now, the central referee Yankuba Baje will solely give us the green light. Noisy background from the theater. This is the Boxbar Mini Stadium, and the competition is the Brikama Summer Nawettan 2025. From the Boxbar, live on LSTV1 on both Facebook and YouTube. At the cabin, Parliament Fati, Ibrahim Akebi Sonko, Kemo Kanyi, and behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. An opportunity for Amasa Football Club, strongly headed out by Kuta Jombul. Of course, the league runners up last season. While season before last, Amasa Football Club were also runners up. And on the far side is a throw in. Long one, partly dealt with by Adam Amane, not a decent one. It's going to be an attack coming from Kuta, getting the ball down. An opportunity for Kuta Jombul now. Abdul Sane spreading it wide. Great combination on the flank of the assistant referee, stayed down. And this time around, another strong header. There is a player currently down. A player currently down for Kuta Jombul Football Club, and the central referee is currently having a word with one of the players for Amasa. Interesting showdown at the Boxbar Mini Stadium in Brikama. Lively showdown at the theater between the two Sateba outfits. Kuta Jombul Football Club against Amasa Football Club. Who is going to win it? In case you're just joining us, the trusted goalkeeper for Kuta Jombul this afternoon is Ibrahima Fadera, who also doubles as the team captain. And Ibrahima Fadera is the trusted goalkeeper, and he's currently having a word with his central defenders. Mohamed Baje, Modlamin Si, Bamaidu Bojang is to be the team captain, but currently it is Ibrahima Fadera who is currently having the captain armband. And Osman Dabo, Baba Nintafe, Suleiman Koli, Serif Kinte, Modlamin Sise, Amadou Sane, and of course Momodu Esba completing the 11 for Seni Bojang and his Kuta Jombul side. And on the technical area is Seni Bojang, who is having the assistance of Ibrahima Jobate. And the central referee of this crucial and lively game is Yanko Bapaji, who is having the assistance of Musa Sedi. Nyomi Kasama Aliu Kamara is the fourth assistant referee, and Keba Fati the match commissioner. The game is temporarily stopped. And Ibrahim Akebi Sonko approaching half-time. We have to get a goal, or else they will be heading back into the dressing room with a 0-0 scorer. And of course, if we are to have a goal here, it must definitely be a late goal in the first half to solely give the opportunity to either Kuta or Amasa Football Club to have their noses into the dressing room before the lemon time.
Well, I think both teams are very curious, and they they know the fact that in as much as they have to attack, they also have to defend, because losing all the 3 points here is a catastrophe, it's a calamity for either side. So you can see in as much as they are attacking, they are also very cautious how they attack, because they have to defend too. But if you lose this game, that might be the end of a particular team, their aspiration of qualifying from the group stage. Remember, this year we have 5 teams in a group, but only 2 will qualify to the round of 16, and that will make it so difficult.
Already we having 5 teams And as per the signals from the central referee Yankuba Baje, we have all the indications that 2 minutes of additional time will be added on and any moment from now. Fourth assistant referee Aliu Kamara will put up the minutes of additional time, but currently the game is temporarily stopped as the center forward and the central defender for Amasa and Kuta Jombul are currently down and receiving attention from the medics. 2 minutes added on. 2 minutes for Amasa to score and 2 minutes for Kuta Jombul to score, or else they will be heading back into the dressing room with a 0-0 scoreline from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And of course live on LSTV1 the score is still unchanged. Kuta Jombul 0, Amasa Football Club 0 is the current score. Ibrahim Fadera is in goal for Kuta Jombul, and of course the team captain Mohamed Baji, Modlamin C, Bamaidu Bojang, Osman Baji, Osman Dabo Rada, Babanding Dafe, Suleiman Koli, Serif Kinte, Modlamin C, Momodou Abdusane, and of course Momodou Esba completing the 11 or the starting 11 for Kuta Jombul, and the team is under the watchful eyes of Seni Bojang, and Seni is ably and reliably assisted by Ibrahima Jobate, Ibrahima Sonko and Bakarin Jai on the technical area for Amasa, and currently Amasa is leading the table in Group A with 4 points, closely monitored by Newtown with 4 points as well. Welingara on third with 3 points, Kuta Jombul on fourth with 3, senior players on the foot of the table with 0 points, and Amasa Football Club having Ibrahima Sonko and Bakarin Jai on the technical area leading the table with Group A rather, and the team has started with Buba Saho in goal as usual, Ismaila Kujabi, Samsidin Bojang, Adama Mane, John Jame, Mamanding or Mamina Sedi, Modu Sanyang, Modlamin Jaju, Asper Entamba, Omar Baji and Abdul Karim Bojang is of course one of the offensive players and currently the team captain for Amasa Football Club. And the score is unchanged, 0-0 from the Boxbar Mini Stadium, and of course live on LSTV1 Parliament Fati. Ibrahim KB Sonko, Kemo Kanyi, and behind camera operations is Osman Kamara, and the custodian Buba Saho to deliver. Long and high one around the center. It is still 0-0 from the Boxbar Mini Stadium between Kute and Amasa, and any moment from now the central referee will end the proceedings. Noisy background. What a showdown between Amasa and Kuta Jombul under the leadership or guidance of Seni Bojang as head coach. Ibrahima Sonko on the technical area for Amasa Football Club. Noisy and of course noisy from the theatre. This is the Boxbar Mini Stadium, and if you may like, give it a name, the Theatre of Entertainment situated in the heart of Brikama, West Coast region, the Gambia, and it is the Brikama Summer Nawettan 2025. Of course we have 40 teams, 40 solid teams, and 16 teams will only have the chance to advance to the round of 16. In Group A currently, Amasa on 4 points leading the table, Newtown closely followed on 4 points equally. Third is Welingara, fourth Kuta Jombul, and of course fifth is senior players. In Group B, top 10, Kabafita United, Manokang, Sabu and Superstars. Group C, it is Daru United leading the chart on 4 points. Makasuto on second with 4 points. Sanchaba Youths after 2 matches on 2 points. Dreamers after 2 matches with 2 points. And on the far side, Modlamin Chise trying to keep the ball in play and unfortunately lost it. And Power Station on the foot of the table. In Group D, Bairo on 5 points, Elephant 3 on 5 points, Manduar United on 2 points, Santosu on 0 points, New Generation on 0 points, and it is half-time at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. Half-time between Kuta Jombul and Amasa Football Club, and we have already seen 40 minutes of interesting showdown. Ibrahim KB Sonko is half-time, and we are still struggling to have a goal in the entire 40 minutes. And of course we're going to have a hold on the live commentary, have 15 minutes of rest. We will be back on the continuation in the next 40 minutes. But already we have seen interesting 40 minutes, and both sides will be very much ready to come back into the second half to at least have a goal. But if they don't have a goal, they will surely be content with a point.
Well, an interesting half of football. You can see very competitive from both sides. They were looking for that important goal, but again it eluded them. For me, it has been a very good game of football, but neither side have played that, that level where one can say that they deserve to go, they deserve to lead, going to the lemon time. But again, like I said, this is becoming more of a chess game where neither side are very careful where to play the pass, and because in as much as both teams should win or need to win or ought to win to play themselves at a very promising position in the group, but a lose will be a catastrophe, and then a draw will be like a win for both Newtown and that of Wellingara, because that means these two teams share the spoils, and they can go on to decide the matters on their own. So a very difficult match, not only for these two teams that are playing today, but even in the 5 p.m. match, they will also have their their eagle eyes on that match to see how the match pans out.
Thank you very much, Ibrahima KB Sonko. Half time from the Boxbar Mini Stadium, and this is where we're going to have a halt on the live commentary. And do join us in the next 15 for the continuation. It has been Parliament for the Ibrahima KB Sonko. Kemo Kanye has already joined us, and behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. Until then, do join us in the next 15. Welcome back to the Box Bar Mini Stadium after the halt of the commentary due to the half-time break, and we are back and back again for the second and final half of the Group A clash between Kuta Jombul and Amasa Football Club. Both sides hopefully will pick it from where they left it in the first half in search for a victory. Will they be able to secure that? Oh, it's going to be share of the spoils remains to be seen. Calling in for, that's a penalty. That's a penalty as pointed by the center referee. And currently is a protest coming from the entire players. And the players of Amasa are currently protesting against the decision of the central referee. And the central referee is Yankuba Baji, who is having the assistance of Musa Sedi, Nyomi Gasama, Aliu Kamara and Keba Fati, the match commissioner. And still the players of Amasa Football Club have already surrounded the central referee. They've already surrounded the central referee in protest against the decision. And now, Nyomi Kasama is one of the assistants, and the central referee will surely consult Nyomi. That seems to be a brief discussion between Nyomi, and he is still being surrounded by the players of Amasa Football Club. And Kuta Jombul will now have the opportunity to score, and they will have the opportunity to get the goal from this spot only if they are able to convert this. And the player in question is Bamaidu Bojang, who has been the captain for the team before handing the captain armband to the custodian Ibrahima Fadera. And now it is an opportunity for Kuta Jombul Football Club. That's rule out. It is rule out. It is rule out. And it is not a penalty. It is not a penalty as signaled by the central referee. And initially the central referee, that is of course a protest from the supporters of Kuta Jombul after the central referee's initial decision to point for a penalty. But after consultation, the central referee has changed his decision, and now the score is 0-0. 0-0 from the Box Bar Mini Stadium, and of course live on LSTV1. And of course Ibrahima Kevi Songo, interesting moments at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Initially the central referee pointed for a penalty, and then all of a sudden we have seen the consultation between the referee and one of the assistants, Nyomi Kasama. And then after the consultation we have seen the central referee changing his mind. Instead of awarding a penalty now, he has already ruled that out, and the score is still 0-0 at the Box Bar.
Interesting, 40 was a penalty awarded by the central referee, and then all of a sudden he had a conversation with the second assistant Nyomi Gasama, and then he ruled it out again. Very interesting. This is derby now from very interesting. You can see the fans of Kuta Jombul are still protesting why he turned down the penalty.
Thank you very much, Ibrahima Kebistongo. It is interesting on and off the pitch from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. And Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama is the venue. And the class is the Sateba derby between Kuta and Amasa Football Club. 0-0 is the score around the area. It's an opportunity for Kuta Jombul to have the opportunity. And Kuta Jombul will now have the opportunity. And earlier on we have seen the central referee pointed for a penalty, but after consultation the central referee changed the decision. An opportunity for Amasa Football Club. It's going to be a throw in, quickly taken, and the central referee has already ordered the ball to be taken backwards. It's a furious technical area for Kuta Jombul Football Club. And we will surely get the replay of the penalty. And we will definitely get the replay of the penalty. And initially the central referee pointed for a penalty before getting the consultation, and after the consultation and that's a stone already, and already it's going to be in consultation. Let's wait and see what is going to be the outcome. There is currently discussion between the fourth assistant referee Aliu Kamara. The supporters of Kuta Jombul are indeed very much furious here after the central referee ruling that, after the central referee's decision to rule out the penalty. And of course it is a furious area for Kuta Jombul. They are very much furious. What a moment at the Boxbar Mini Stadium in Brekama. The supporters of Kute are indeed very much furious after the penalty decision anyway. There is currently consultations between the technical area, or those at the technical area of Kuta Jombul Football Club, between the fourth assistant referee Aliu Kamara, and the game is temporarily stopped. Ibrahim KB Sonko, I think fans and of course those on the technical area needs to calm down, at least to have or to give the chance to the match to continue. But the way things are, there is currently discussion between the match officials and some of the technical members of Kuta Jombul Football Club. The game is temporarily stopped. The game is temporarily stopped. The game is temporarily stopped, as currently there is discussion between the central referee and his fourth assistant referee Aliu Kamara, and we are now going to get back to that controversial decision from the central referee. Earlier on, the central referee Yankuba Baji pointed for a penalty, but after consultations the central referee changed the decision and waved in for a play on, and it's a long one already taken, and the situation is already being taken care of, and we are still going to continue, and we're going to continue the contest between Amasa and Kute, and the score is still unchanged, 0-0 at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And it is of course live on LSTV1. Parliament Fati, Ibrahim KB Sonko, Kemo Kanye, and behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. Amasa Football Club trying to test the goalkeeper from distance, and that was indeed a great one from Amasa Football Club, and the score is still unchanged, 0-0 from the Boxbar Mini Stadium, and of course live on LSTV1. Is that going to be a foul? Central referee waved in for a play on. Modlamin Sise and Kuta Jombul now trying to get some defensive works. Any moment from now. Any moment from now, we're going to see double substitutions for Kuta Jombul Football Club. The situation is now under control. Double substitution for Kuta Jombul Football Club. Interesting atmosphere at the Boxbar Mini Stadium in Brikama. And of course live on LSTV1. It's a long one, long and high one. And into the gloves of the netminder. And the goalkeeper for Amasa is Babuba Saho. Ibrahim Kebil Songo, I think we have seen some interesting moments earlier on. And the situation is now under control. And still both sides will be hunting for the much needed goal here. But the way things are going, both sides are trying to be very much cautious defensively. They will still wouldn't want to concede if they don't score. But we believe here a goal probably might end this showdown between Amasa Football Club and Kuta Jombul. If Amasa is able to score first, it's going to be very much difficult for Kuta to get the game back to parity. And equally, if Kuta is able to score, Amasa will definitely have it very tough to get an equalizer as far as the game is concerned.
Yeah, you can see a draw probably, favors Amasa more in this derby. But both teams are pushing for it. At some point, you can see the likelihood of a one goal, making the difference. But a derby never said never. Never said never. Kuta Jombul are throwing their hearts here, playing, running the channels, making sure that they ask all the relevant questions. But they are yet to test the goalkeeper. And that's what I'm disappointed from their play. Since the first half, it was Amasa that test the goalkeeper. And if they have to win, they have to at least hit the target.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim Akebi Sonko. Interesting at the theater. Boxbar Mini Stadium is the venue. It is the derby and the Sateba derby between Kuta Jombul and Amasa. The score is still unchanged. Kuta Jombul 0, Amasa Football Club 0. This is of course the current score at the Cabin Parliament 40. Ibrahim Akebi Sonko, Kemo Kanyi, and behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. It's going to be a tussle between the two players. And the ball is already out. And out for a goal kick. In case you're just joining us, it is a class in the Zateba derby between Kuta Jombul and Amasa. The score unchanged. And these two sides in the same group alongside Wellingara United, Newtown and senior players. And currently Amasa leading the table with 4 points, followed by Newtown on 4. Wellingara on third with 3 points. Fourth is Kuta on 3 points. And on the foot of the table is senior players on 0 points. That's a foul. Interesting at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. Amasa Football Club against Kuta Jombul in the Group A class of the Sateba derby. It's a long one into the gloves of the netminder Ibrahim Fadera. It's a lively game, lively contest at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. Any moment from now we're going to see double substitution, and double substitution for Amasa Football Club any moment from now. It is Kuta spreading it wide. Can they get something? Timely interception, and that's a foul. And furious technical area once again. And that's another furious technical area for Kuta Jombul Football Club. They are very much not happy with that. We believe that's going to be already a yellow card. That's already a yellow card for Kuta Jombul Football Club. Any moment from now we're going to see substitution. That's a red card. What is he trying to do? Jahate is already sent off, and Kuta Jombul are currently making things very difficult here. The assistant Kagafa is already sent off, and then attempting to attack the central referee. And Kuta Jombul needs to calm down. They need to calm down. I don't think this game will continue. And Kuta Jombul, I don't think this game will continue. The way their supporters are acting now, I don't think this game will continue. And Kuta will definitely put themselves in trouble. And this game wouldn't continue, because stones coming from the supporters of Kuta Jombul is definitely embarrassing. And Kuta Jombul, and now the game wouldn't continue. We are in so, because the central referee or the panel of referees are probably leaving the football field. What a showdown at the Box Bar Mini Stadium, and it is indeed very much ugly here. It is definitely very much ugly here, as the game is already or temporarily stopped. The game is temporarily stopped, and the team of the panel of referees have already moved back into the dressing room after stones flying from the supporters of Kuta Jombul. Anyway, this is definitely ugly. Definitely ugly at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. And the game is temporarily stopped. The game is temporarily stopped. And it is now the turn of the match commissioner to definitely decide what will solely happen next. But currently we can report that the game is temporarily stopped. And the panel of referees, the central referee Yankuba Baji, Musa Sedi Nyomi Gassama, and Aliu Kamara, and of course the match commissioner Keba Fati, has now moved back into the dressing room. And it is only the officials, it is now the officials of both teams that are currently on the pitch. Kemo, this is definitely ugly. Initially we thought it was going to be just a derby, but a derby of this magnitude, we aren't expecting that. The game started brightly. The first half was definitely a fantastic game, but of course the unfortunate incidents unfolded when the central referee initially handed a penalty to Kuta Jombul, which was later ruled out. This is when tempers started flaring from the supporters of Kuta Jombul, from the technical bench to the players and also the supporters, and all of a sudden there was a moment when the assistant head coach Ibrahima Jahate was sent off, and then he attempted to attack the central referee, and all of a sudden we have seen the central referee and the rest of the team being escorted back into the dressing room, and currently it is definitely ugly here, and we are in so if this game will continue or not, because we have a 5-game showdown to come on live on LSD.
Yes, the fight that we expect to see here should be only within the football pitch, between the players alone, with the ball, trying to make it so that they fight very hard to make it so that they win, they secure the victory for their respective sides, but not the fight that we have seen here from the fans here throwing stones inside the field all over and then disrupting the entire proceedings of the game. And also we have seen Kuta Jombul's assistant coach, who has also been sent off here for indiscipline by the officials of the game. So this is just an ugly, a very, very ugly scene that we are currently witnessing here at the Brikama Box Bar Mini Stadium. Football is meant to unite us. It is meant to bring us together and foster that beautiful relationship that we have from our homes. Remember, these two teams, they both hail from the same ground in Sateba. So coming here to fight and then throwing stones at each other is a very, very unfortunate circumstance that we have indeed witnessed here, it could have been better than this. It would have been more beautiful than this, and the fight should have been a very, very strong fight between players in trying to secure victory and then trying to score goals for their sides. You can see players from the same home. One is playing for Amasa and the other will be playing for that of the Kuta Jombul side. So it's all mixed up, and then these are the same families that are currently playing against one another here. So we believe that if it has to be a fight, not that fans will be throwing stones or players will be fighting against each other. In fact, the coach to go to an extreme of attacking the center referee inside the pitch, that was also ugly and also very unfortunate. It's very, very unsporting. So this is not what we were expecting, and also the referees, of course, is escorted to are rather escorted to the dressing room as for now, because their safety is very, very important. You need to have them safe before you can enjoy the beautiful game. So let's see what happens here, because their assessors are also on the ground. So I'm not sure what are some of the conditions that they are going to lay to the committee for the committee rather to fulfill in order for the game to be able to resume here and then continue to play in this particular game. Already, I mean, the time is still going. It is in the 20. We are now into the 22nd minutes of play into this particular game. I haven't stopped my time yet, but I mean, already the time, the number of time that has been wasted here, I mean, is over 6 minutes into this particular game. So, but the scene here is ugly. So let's see what will happen here. The referees are currently in the dugout, and then I believe they will be coming in, because I've seen some good number of committees are also going there, including the match commissioners for this afternoon game here to actually go to the center referees and then have those discussions with them, so that we will see the possibility of the resumption of this particular game here. But discipline is important in football. In sports, you have to be well disciplined for you to be able to achieve what you yearn for. So, but in discipline is unaccepted anywhere, especially in sports. Without discipline, there is no sporting event that can successfully take place. Because remember, in sporting events, so many people will come together, and fans will come together and then give their support to their respective sides. So, if indiscipline occurs, it can it can escalate to chaos. This is one of the things that we have already seen here, and then subsequently the center referee could not continue the game, and then the game had to be stopped as for now. So you stay tuned. We'll be here to ascertain if the game will resume, or the conditions will be laid to the committees rather to fulfill before any other thing is possible. But let's see first what happens here between these two sides here. Already you can see both all the players now are in their respective areas or in their respective courts to actually, I mean, continue to knock the ball between themselves or amongst themselves alone, and then while the game is currently at a stoppage part.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanyi. And the game is temporarily stopped, and we will surely get back to the controversial decision or penalty decision for us to be able to see it for ourselves. And the game is temporarily stopped at the Boxbar Mini Stadium in Brikama, in the game between Kuta Jombul and Amasa Football Club. What a showdown it has been in the first period, but currently the game is stopped. And we are now checking on the controversial decision. The central referee initially pointed to the spot, and then after that we saw the consultation between the two. It's definitely very tight anyway, but they have the final say. The central referee initially pointed for a penalty before changing the decision. This was what angered the supporters of Kuta Jombul Football Club, and currently the game is temporarily stopped. We're currently having the players of Kuta on the pitch and also the players of Amasa Football Club on the pitch, and it is still a replay calling in for. This is definitely very much close. The central referee and the team has the final say, and currently the players are on the pitch, and they are currently on the pitch waiting for the green light to come from the match commissioner, whether to continue or to abandon the game. And still the supporters of Amasa Football Club and Kute are of course on top of their voices. Head coach Seni Bojang on the pitch. Kuta Jombul and Amasa Football Club all having its players behind the ball. Let's wait and see what's going to be the outcome here. The game is temporarily stopped. We have seen a fantastic first half between Amasa and Kute, and now the game is temporarily stopped as the match officials have already moved back into the dressing room, and we are now waiting for the green light. We are now waiting for the green light to come from the match officials, whether to continue or abandon the game. And it is the 3 p.m. game between Amasa and Kuta Jombul, and these two sides in the same group, in Group A. Amasa on 4 before coming to this contest. Newtown on second with 4 points. Wellingara on third with 3 points. Kute on fourth with 3. And senior players on the foot of the table with 0 points. And we have seen interesting first half. And of course noisy background from the box bar. Noisy background from the theater. Let's wait and see what is going to be the outcome. Are we now probably we're going to see the continuation of this game? And currently they are now moving the benches from their original position to the other end of the box bar mini stadium. The two benches are now being moved from their original position to the other end of the box bar mini stadium, and hopefully the match will proceed. Hopefully the game will proceed. Let's wait and see what's going to be the outcome. The game is temporarily stopped. The game between Amasa Football Club and Kuta Jombul is currently stopped. And the benches are now being moved from their normal position to the other end of the box bar mini stadium, and hopefully we're going to see the continuation. Hopefully we're going to see the continuation. Kuta Jombul Football Club, and currently the game is temporarily stopped. We currently having the players on the pitch and also the players of Amasa. The game is temporarily stopped. We currently having
the striker had a clean strike, but again, that was a very, very, very good save by Bremer, and he kept Kuta Jombul in this game. Because remember in the first half too, he has one audacious save, and again, he had another fantastic save. 0-0, thanks to Bremer Fadera.
If there is any man of the match award to be given, probably this might be Ibrahim Fadera of Kuta Jombul Football Club. He's the very individual who is still keeping Kute in this contest. That is, of course, that should have been 1-0 up Amasa Football Club, and already is an opportunity for Amasa Football Club to launch. 0-0 is the current score. 0-0 from the Boxbar Mini Stadium, and of course it is live on LSTV1 Parliament for the Ibrahim KB Sonko, and of course Kemo Kanye at the cabin, and Osman Kamara behind camera operations. Noisy background from the theater is an opportunity for Amasa Football Club, and Amasa nil, Kuta Jombul nil is still the current score. This time around it's going to be an opportunity for Amasa Football Club, spreading it wide, looking for options. Adam Amani, this time still header over the crossbar once again, and Modlamin Jaju must be kicking at himself by now. He had numerous goal scoring opportunities but squandered all, and still the score is unchanged. 0-0 from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. Amasa nil, Kuta Jombul nil is still the score, and Modlamin Jaju had a glorious opportunity earlier on, and once again not long ago he had another opportunity to at least put Amasa forward, but currently the score is unchanged. 0-0 from the box bar in the Group A class of the Sateba derby between Amasa Football Club and Kute, and it's a tussle between the two players. The central referee waved in for a play on. What a moment from the theater. Dribble pass one, looking for more, and this time around the player in question just equal to the task, and you could hear the claps, cheers and claps coming from the supporters of Kuta Jombul Football Club, and Kute will now have the opportunity to deliver the corner. 0-0 is the score. Kute nil, Amasa nil, and currently Amasa Football Club leading the table. It's a strong one. Ball being controlled. Kuta Jombul looking to get some penetrations, trying to dribble past his marker. Player Rasul, central referee not the least interested, and the central referee is Yankuba Baje. Yankuba is having the assistance of Musa Siri, Nyomi Kasama, and Aliu Kamara, the fourth assistant referee. Match commissioner is Keba Fati, and the position of the technical bench is of course moved from the normal position to the dressing room, or very close to the dressing room of the Boxbar Mini Stadium now, after the earlier unfortunate incident. It's a long one now, throw in, partly dealt with. Kuta Jombul around the edge of the 18, strike comes in, beautifully blocked in there by the defenders. Time running out, and running out for both sides. Kute nil, Amasa nil is still the score, and Kute will now have the opportunity, trying to use the left side of the attack, and this time the goalkeeper Buba Saho equal to that task, and Kute in their first game got the better of Wellingara 2-1 before losing narrowly to Newtown in the second game, and this is the third fixture against Amasa Football Club, and Amasa in their first game it was 1-1 against Newtown before defeating senior players by 2-0. The game was played, which ended 1-1 before the organizing committee getting the game to a replay, this time trying to use his pace against his marker, and already there is a call for a foul, but the central referee is in the least interested. A player down injured for Amasa Football Club from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. The supporters of Kuta Jombul are definitely on top of their voices, cheering their boys to glory. Will they be able to get a victory remains to be seen. And if there is going to be a victory, we must see one of the sides getting a goal here, or else it's going to be share of the spoils. At the theater in the 3 p.m. showdown, it is Kuta Jombul looking for options. Can they find the back of the net? Adam Amani. It's now the turn of Mane to the team captain Abdul Karim Bojang, who tries to get the ball forward. Unfortunately lost it, and Kuta will now have the opportunity from the theater, Boxbar Mini Stadium in Brikama. And the game is of course live on LSTV1 at the cabin, Parliament 40. Ibrahim KB Sonko, Kemo Kanyi, and behind camera operations as usual for LSTV is Osman Kamara around the center circle. It's going to be another attack. Modlamin Jaju will chase, and Modlamin having it top into the gloves of the netminder. And Ibrahim Fadera has been the most standout player for Kuta Jombul, saving or making 2 fantastic saves for Kuta, and his brilliance is still keeping Kuta in this contest. It is now the opportunity for Kuta now to break. Can they get that ball from that end? And the flag of the assistant referee is already up. Time of course running out. Of course running out for both sides. Kuta needs to score, or else they will surely have share of the spoils. And also Amasa Football Club needs to score. Abdul Karim Bojang, the most experienced player for Amasa Football Club, the team captain. It is now Kuta Jombul now. Switches the play from the right to the left. Strongly headed out partly. Amasa in their own half, dressed in their colorful blue and white shirts. Blue shorts and of course white socks. Abdul Karim Bojang is still struggling. Interchange of possessive display around the edge. Can Kuta Jombul, and this time saved by the netminder once again. Buba Saho to the rescue of Amasa Football Club. Another glorious opportunity, Ibrahim KB Sonko. We have seen numerous goal scoring opportunities, but both sides struggling to find the back of the net. And not long ago, this time around, it went in favor of Kuta Jombul, who should have taken the lead here, but unfortunately squandered the glorious opportunity. And probably we might be seeing a nail-biting 0-0 scoreline here until and unless, or else if one of the sides is able to at least get a goal here before the end of the contest.
Well, if the first half was, not promising, in terms of our goal scoring opportunities in the goal mat area, but the second half we have seen, decent chances that at least this game doesn't deserve to be 0-0 at this point. Both sides had themselves glorious chances, but again, credit to the goalkeeper, first Ibrahim Fadera of Kuta Jombul, and now Buba Sao. What a save from one view, and then every Kuta Jombul fan thought that was in 1-0, but again, it was equal to the task. He denied them.
Thank you very much. And we are trying to recollect, this time Bemba now, trying to get that ball down. Great combination from the players of Kuta in search for a breakthrough. It's going to be some defensive work for Amasa Football Club. And Buba. This is of course a derby, and it has all the ingredients to be called a derby. It is the Sateba derby, not the Sateba derby between Brikama United and Bombada or Greater Tomorrow. But anyway, it's a Sateba derby in the Nawettan. Nawettan of Brikama and Brikama Soma Nawettan 2025 to be precise, between Kuta Jombul and Amasa Football Club, and both sides coming from Sateba in Brikama. This time it is the tone of Amasa, dressed in their colorful blue colors. Very close to the democracy, or very close to the dressing room of the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Amasa now switching the play from the left to the right, looking for options. Can they get something from that? Not a decent one. Opportunity once again, spreading it wide around the edge of the 18. Kuta Jombul. Can they get an opener before the end of the showdown? Is now the biggest ambition, but of course the biggest question at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Time running out. We can't get the official timing for now. Time running out for both sides, and probably if we should have a goal now, probably that might be enough for either sides. If Amasa is able to score, probably that might be game over. And if Kuta Jombul is able to score, that might also be game over. An opportunity now for Amasa Football Club. Asper Tamba getting it down. Another opportunity, cross comes in. And this time ball being blocked to touch by Maidu Bojang. And Bamaidu Bojang has been the team captain for Kute. And this afternoon, he has already handed the captain armband to the experienced Ibrahima Fadera, who is of course in goal for Kute and the team under the guidance of Seni Bojang. The Brikama United forward and team captain is on the technical area for Kute, whilst Ibrahima Sonko and Bakar Njai on the technical area for Amasa Football Club, and already is a substitution. Substitution for Amasa. Amasa with a victory will of course get to 7 points. A victory for Kute will propel the team to 6 points, and currently is a point separating the two. Amasa Football Club on 4, Kute on 3. Amasa leading the chart, followed by Newtown on 4 points. Wellingara United on 3 points, Kute on 3, and senior players on the foot of the table after 2 matches. And in today's 5 p.m. showdown, it's going to be a clash between Newtown and senior players. Ibrahima is still protesting against the decision of the central referee after a clash between Bamaidu and the custodian Ibrahima Fadera, and the central referee has already given a corner, and a corner for Amasa Football Club. 0-0 is still the current score from the Box Bar Mini Stadium, and we're going to have a goal here. A goal is now the ambition for either side around the area, partly dealt with, and Kute on some defensive options. Bamaidu Bojang getting it down to another new entrant. This time it is Kute on the attack, trying to unlock the defense of Amasa Football Club, and the flag of the assistant referee is already up, and this time up against Kute. Time running out. Time definitely running out for both sides. Who is going to get it? And if we are able to have a goal here, probably it might be a late goal. We are trying to assess Ibrahim Akebe. If we are trying to assess to see what is going to be the condition of the Box Bar Mini Stadium. One, if Kute is able to score, the Box Bar will be in raptures, and equally if Amasa is able to score, will definitely take the Box Bar Mini Stadium to another level. But currently it is 0-0. We can still have a goal, and if we are to have a goal here, must definitely be a late goal coming from either Kuta Jombul or Amasa Football Club.
Well, a goal for either side here, you know. Not only will, you know, Box Bar will be ablaze, but again, you know, it will take either side close to the promised land, because a goal for Amasa will take them to 7 points. That means they will be very, very, very close, you know, to booking a point to the, you know, the next stage. And a goal for Kuta Jombul will give them 6 points, and then that 6 points, they understand their last game will be against senior players. And then if their qualification is hung around a match against senior players, you know, that is not an almighty tax for them, because every team is expected to beat at least beat the senior players in this group. But again, you never said never in football. You never know. Like I predicted before, I want to believe you know, the senior players will at least pick a point in this group. Now Amasa and Wellingara evade them. Kuta Jombul, and next they will play today at 5 p.m. match against Newtown. These two teams have to be qualified. I want to believe they have what it takes to at least collect a point in this group.
There we go. From Ibrahim Akebe Sonko. It is the Group A class, where we have Kuta Jombul, Amasa Newtown, Wellingara and senior players. And it is getting closer and closer as per the group stages is concerned. This is Kuta Jombul now, trying to unlock the defense, and this time that wouldn't count. Adam Amane, one of the defenders for Amasa Football Club, going long, was one time with Brikama United, and that's a foul. There is a player currently down injured. And currently down injured for Amasa Football Club. It is either a victory for either sides or share of the spoils. It is currently 0-0. Played the entire first half with a 0-0 scoreline. And still the game is still on. And we believe we can still have a goal. we can still have a goal. We can still have a goal. Ensa is one of the latest players introduced an Amasa Football Club, and Buba, the right back, who came on as a substitute, will now have the opportunity, and he will now have the opportunity to deliver. Time running out for both sides. Amasa nil, Kuta Jombul nil. We might be having a 0-0 scoreline here. But anyway, it is never over until it is all over. Ibrahima Fadera into the gloves of the netminder. And Fadera Ibrahima still kept Kuta in this contest. And of course, if there is any man of the match contender here, Ibrahima might be one of the contenders. And Ibrahima Fadera has been a standout player for Kuta Jombul Football Club, and his brilliance still kept Kuta Jombul in this contest, because he had two fantastic saves. Two fantastic saves. That should have been goal. That should have been a goal for Amasa Football Club. But with the brilliance of Ibrahima Fadera, the score is still unchanged. Another substitution for Kuta Jombul. Time running out. And running out for both sides. Are we going to have a goal? And if there is going to be a goal, this must be a late goal coming from either Kuta Jombul or Amasa. This time Kuta going long around the area, glancing header into the gloves of the netminder Buba Saho. Buba Saho is currently down, and seemingly Amasa will use the opportunity to wind down the clock here. A point for them. A point for Amasa will still maintain a temporal lead on top of the table. They will still be on top of the table pending the game between Newtown and senior players, and a victory in that game for Newtown will surely propel the team to 7 points. And a victory, we shouldn't rule out senior players, a victory for senior players will also get the team to their very first 3 points. And if they are to pick their very first 3 point, might be against Newtown in today's 5 p.m. showdown at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Adam Amane for Amasa, not for too long. It is now the turn of the boys from Sateba, and Kuta Jombul now switching the play from the center to the left. Kuta on the attack once again, trying to unlock the defense. Can they get something from this time? Massive clearance. Abdul Karim Bojang getting it down to Esa. This time great combination from Amasa Football Club around the center, and this time player rustled and rewarded by the central referee, and that's going to be a yellow card. That is a yellow card, and yellow card for Kuta. Modlamin C into the books of the central referee. Final moments at the Box Bar Mini Stadium, and if you are to have a goal here, of course it's going to be a late goal. It is never over until it is all over. And 5 teams in this group, 2 teams will advance. And Ibrahima Kebi Sonko, this is definitely an interesting group where we have 5 teams in the group and only 2 teams will move to the round of 16. And of course a whooping 3 will surely crash out of the competition. And now it is a tussle and battle for a spot in the round of 16. And currently we might tip Amasa, Newtown, Wellingara, Kuta Jombul. It's very difficult here to rule any one of them out, because one might rule out senior players, but mathematically they are not totally out. But in the group, a battle in this group might be between Amasa, Newtown, Wellingara and Kuta Jombul.
Well, yeah, and Kuta Jombul. But if Kuta Jombul draw this game, then it will be very difficult for them. Remember, Amasa, if this game ends like this, they will be having 5 points, and then Kuta Jombul will be having 4 points. Still, they will be trailing Newtown, and Newtown are playing next senior players. So if they win, that means Newtown will go 7 points on top. And they only have to manage their last game. That will be against Wellingara. Who knows what will happen? So by all accounts, if this game ended in a draw, still we are going down to the wire, because every team will know your fate in the last game of this of their group. But this is why we call this group, we call it the group of death, and it's living up to expectation.
The group of death is now looking up to expectation. This is now, remember, and then the player entangled and this opponent, and now it is an opportunity for Amasa. It is getting closer, closer and closer at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Another substitution. And we have under 2 minutes of no time to be added on by the central referee Yankuba Baji. Yankuba Baji is the central referee. Time running out for both sides. Under 2 minutes of normal time. And what is expected to be added on? And Amasa and Kuta Jombul needs to score, else is going to be share of the spoils. It is Amasa now, dressed in their colorful white and blue shirts and white socks, playing from the Democracy end of the Box Bar Mini Stadium towards the police line end, while Kuta Jombul playing from the police line end towards the Democracy end. An opportunity for Kuta Jombul now, using the left side, Mohamed Baje. Mohamed getting it low. Opportunity for Kuta once again. Can they find the back of the net from this instance? This time spreading it wide once again. And the defenders just there in time for Amasa Football Club to deal with that. What's going to be the outcome? What's going to be the outcome of this contest remains to be seen. The outcome of the contest remains to be seen, and any moment from now, the central referee and the team of officials will any moment from now get that glancing header. That was timely. It is indeed very interesting technical area for both gaffers. Kuta Jombul hoping to win it. Amasa hoping to win it. And it has been a nail-biting first half. And still seeing another fantastic second half between the sides. 3 minutes added on. 3 minutes for Amasa to score. And 3 minutes for Kuta to score. Or else is going to be share of this ball. Ibrahim Kevi Sonko. We have 3 minutes of additional time for both sides to score, or else it's definitely going to be share of this sport. Of course, it has all the ingredients of a derby. The only missing thing has been the goals, or a goal coming from either side.
Yeah, the only missing thing has been a goal. But imagine a goal in this derby at this moment. That would be heartbroken for either side. But again, that is football. I would love to see a goal from either side, and then to see the reaction of the fan, and then one team, going home with the bragging rights.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim Kebi Sonko. And it is getting closer, closer and closer for both Kuta Jombul and Amasa Football Club. Strongly headed out. This is getting interesting. The cabin is definitely interesting. Anyway, we wouldn't want to reveal that though. It's a throw-in on the far side. It's a throw-in on the far side, long one. And Adam money for Amasa Football Club. And it is the Sateba derby between Amasa and Kuta Jombul in Group C. And currently Amasa leading the chart. With a point here, Amasa will still maintain top spot temporarily. And they have to wait for the result between senior players and Newtown. A victory for Newtown will get the team to 7 points. A victory for senior players will get senior players their first maximum point. Or points against Newtown, and with a point for Amasa will still maintain top spot temporarily, and a point for Kuta Jombul will get the team to 4 points. That might not be a very good result for Kuta Jombul and Seni Bojang. And up next they will face senior players in their final group game. In their first game, Kuta Jombul got the better of Wellingara 2-1, defeated or being defeated by Newtown by a goal to nil, and currently it is 0-0 against Amasa, and Amasa on the other end drew 1-1 against Newtown. before picking maximum points against senior players in the replay game. And in the third game, it is currently 0-0 at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And any moment from now, we might be seeing the end of the entire proceedings in the 3 p.m. showdown between Amasa and Kuta. What a showdown. What a showdown in the Sateba Derby. Not the Sateba Derby of Brikama United and Integrated tomorrow or Bombada. But it's the Sateba Derby in the Nawettan of the 2025 Brikama Sovo Nawettan between Kuta Jombul and Amasa. Who is going to win it? There's already a player down injured for Kuta. And the central referee seems to be on spot. He already waved in for a play on. Throw in Kuta around the edge of the 18. Partly headed out. An opportunity now by Maidu Bojang. Getting it on the far side. An opportunity for Kuta. Danger still not averted. Ball being launched forward. And already that's a foul as signaled by the central referee. Probably the final or one of the final moments at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. There seems to be a protest coming from the players of Kuta. And the score is still unchanged, 0-0. And Kuta will hope to secure maximum points if they can get maximum points against Amasa. And that is impossible. It is impossible for both sides to pick maximum points as the central referee has already ended the proceedings at the Boxbar Mini Stadium between Kuta Jombul and Amasa. Ibrahim Kebi Sonko, nail-biting 0-0 scoreline here. This is what we always expect in a derby, but the only thing that we expected to see was the goals, and then we haven't seen that. And it has just ended here at the Boxbar Mini Stadium, 0-0 between Kuta Jombul and Amasa. Of course, a fantastic game between the two sides.
Yeah, a fantastic game between two sides. From the start to the end, you can see tempers flying. But again, this is the derby. But we see, after the final whistle, you see both sides are very calm now. They are embracing each other. You can see Bamedu and Badino exchanging shots. These people are from the same home. They hardly even talk to each other because of how they feel each other. But today you can see, when tempers fly, you can see the fouls, you can see the push and everything. But again, after the game, they are from the same home, the same place. They embrace each other. I think this is everything about a derby, and we have seen it all. What we haven't seen on the TV, that's what we witnessed here today at the Boxbar Mini Stadium.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim Kebi Sonko, and it is all over. And all over at the Boxbar Mini Stadium in the Sateba Derby between Kuta Jombul and Amasa. And this is where we're going to wrap it up. Wrap it up from the theater. And it has been Parliament Fati, Ibrahim Kebi Sonko, Kemo Kanyi at the commentary cabin, and behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. Until then, bye-bye till we come your way again.